How we doing on this Monday? This is Frank. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. We're going to talk some Tennessee baseball, some weekend discussion. Can this team still make a run is a big question that's out there. Now we're going to attempt to answer that, kind of break down that as well. But make sure you hit the like, the share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. 29 away from 4,000. Really appreciate the support along the way. Another tough one this weekend. Tennessee. Man, if Blake Grimmer pulls that ball last night, it's off the scoreboard and it's a walk-off. He hit to the deepest part of the stadium, though. But 4 series losses at home out of 5 in SEC play for this team. And just self-inflicted. Yeah, credit to Vanderbilt. They took advantage of it. And I'll tell you what else Vanderbilt did. They punked Tennessee this weekend. They had every right to talk yesterday, especially after Fisher and what he did. And I loved I loved that he had the fire, maybe a little over the top with the talking around the base. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. If that's what it takes to try to fire the team up in the crowd, then so be it. That both were dead most of the weekend. But you know what? When you get beat like that at the end and Vanderbilt talks, take it. If you can dish it out, you better be able to take it too. Have zero problem with Vanderbilt talking after they come in and won on that one. So let's talk the weekend. The good. Doyle was good. Doyle did his thing. 7 innings, 12 strikeouts. He was excellent on it. We turned it over to the bullpen. The bullpen was not most of the weekend. Snead was good. Snead made 1 bad pitch in 2 outings. Friday night, he come in with the fire in his eyes. He was good. Yesterday, he was good other than 1 pitch on them. We'll talk about these 0-2 pitches here in just a few minutes, too. This one's going to get a couple reactions. Tegan Coons was really good yesterday for 3 2/3 innings, and for some reason, we inexplicably pull him out of the baseball game. I'll tell you what's going to end up happening here. You continue to not let the guy pitch. You pull him out for whatever freaking reason that you're going to do it. There will be another program that will let him pitch and will let him do his thing next year. That's the bottom line. He's pitched 2 really good games. All right, we look at Auburn. He hit 75 pitches. If that's his limit, so be it. He was at 48 pitches yesterday. 1 unearned run. He gave up the 1 home run yesterday. But other than that, he was really good. He was cruising along at that point, had not given up a run in 2 innings. And all of a sudden, we just decided to pull him out of the baseball game. Oh, we were going to go to Krenzel there if a guy got on base. So you're telling me we don't want to trust him, basically. Is that what it is? So, again, everybody I'm reading that covers Tennessee baseball, they've questioned it to begin with. There's a lot more yesterday. There was no reason to pull him out of that baseball game. The only explanation I could have, because Tony Vitello was livid with Marcus Phillips this weekend, is maybe with it being a Thursday through Saturday series this week, could they elevate Coons up to the game 2 guy? But AJ Russell had a pretty good outing. I mean, it was a rough start, but then he finished it off good. He was up to 48 pitches as well. If they're serious about making a move with Marcus Phillips, then is that your starters, Coons and Russell? But the way they've handled Coons this year is, I don't get it. I mean, we heard in fall, we heard in spring how good this guy was. He got sick coming out of the gate. He wasn't even in the rotation for whatever reason on it. And then we've just handled it like it makes no sense. It makes no sense what we've done with him this year. Are they saving him to unleash him in postseason play? I'll have to see it to believe it at this point. They should. They absolutely should. But the way they handled that yesterday, that was just the start of the comedy of errors. Because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we literally doing here after 3 2/3? You're putting more pressure on this bullpen that's not getting the job done right now. Made no sense. Let your guys pitch who are getting the job done for you. We're putting it on guys who can't get the job done right now, that are throwing 0-2 fastballs right down the middle. I don't know if this is being called or not by Frank Anderson. I've seen some that are pretty familiar with the workings of the program today saying that there's no way Frank Anderson's calling a fastball belt high right down the middle. Franklin did miss some targets, you could see, based on where Peebles was set up at. So, that pitch needs to be one of three ways. And I've seen it too, that the analytics say you challenge guys on 0-2. You don't waste a pitch. What do you call a pitch down the middle that goes off the scoreboard? That's called a wasted pitch on it. You throw that pitch one of three places. If it's a fastball, middle to in and up, maybe chin high with it. That could look pretty good. Doyle throws that one a lot and has a lot of success with it. It looks good coming in with it. Fastball inside, below the hands. That's a hard pitch to hit if it's located perfect. Or maybe go, I could see fastball low and away. I could see some kind of a changeup, breaking ball low and away too. You do not throw something right down the middle. So I don't know if these middle pitches on 0-2 from everybody are being called right down the middle or what. But it's sent. I don't care if it's a breaking ball or not. I'm not throwing an 0-2 breaking ball or nothing right down the middle the way they're doing. It got them in trouble numerous times yesterday, and really it eventually cost them the baseball game. And Tanner Franklin has been doing that for a bit now, and these guys are going to wear him out on that, especially when you've thrown two across before on it. But we've seen this for years. We've seen it for years. One that Frank Anderson used to like to call, or at least that's where the location ended up, is the up and away. That's a pitch guys drive. We've seen it driven numerous times on them. I don't know what we're doing continuing to challenge guys 0-2. It's costing us baseball games because this pitching staff is not like, we just don't have the guys, or they're not getting the done. There's talent. It's not getting the job done with it. I thought Doyle, Snead, Russell after the start, and Coons were really good this weekend. The rest of the bullpen was not. They didn't get the job done this weekend. Too many. Every guy pretty much gave up runs that come in this weekend. Snead had the one bad pitch. That was it. He was really good other than that. Coons was good. Russell, other than the start, really good. That was encouraging to see. The fielding, 3 errors in the first inning. Or three errors. One of them was a pickoff, and Fisher just missed it. He missed it, and then Peebles throws it into right field. The second pick, I don't know who's at fault. It hit the runner in the butt, it looked like. So, that's got to be on the pitcher there, in my opinion. But then, we had the throw-in error that cost us, 2 runs on Saturday from Curley on a double play. Antigua had an error on Friday. That was a tough play. He's trying to get him out of that inning with it. I really cannot fault that one. But, looking at the lineup too, positives, Inslee, good weekend. Bargo, good weekend. I thought for the most part, I wanted to look too. Curley had a pretty good weekend at the plate as well. He had 2 hits in all 3 games. That's encouraging to me. I thought Grimmer did pretty good yesterday, 1 for 5. My one thing, he should have never been put in a situation with that bunt. What are we doing here when we've got 2 hits in a row? We've got a chance to do some damage. We have some momentum, and we try a safety squeeze. That's one of the more useless plays in baseball, is the safety squeeze. And I guess, thank goodness, it wasn't a suicide, but it ended up not mattering anyway, because we left, 12 runners on base yesterday, and Vanderbilt left 2 on. There's your difference in the baseball game right there. And we struck out with the bases loaded to end the game, and Peebles was not even close. He never adjusted on any of those pitches. They were in the mitt before he swung on any of them. I don't get what the big problem with adjusting and being early on that was. But I've liked him being up in that situation based on how he's been lately. But that was a bad at bat. He swung at least. Let's give him that. But he's not even close. He was not even close on it. And that dude who come in and shut him down twice over the weekend had an over 7 ERA. Yet he comes in and makes them. It was interesting in the ninth. But, there was the base running. Grimmer hit that one in the center. Nobody tagged on it. Ended up being, a moot point because Clark walked after that. But still, those guys should have moved up and been in scoring position with it. But that bunt. All right. What are we doing? Why call that? Why are we calling that in that situation? We're overthinking things. I have no doubt. None of this is due to lack of effort. None of it is. Maybe it's overthinking. Maybe guys are pressing. I don't know. It's hard to watch, though. I mean, I thought the bats were better this weekend. I mean, they put up 6 on Saturday, put up 5 yesterday. 3 on Friday? Friday night games are normally lower scoring games because that's your 2 aces going at it. And then your weekend games, there's normally more offense. The problem was Tennessee's pitching couldn't get the job done there. But Tennessee's hitting. I was listening to it on the radio yesterday for the most part. I caught the very tail end of the game, but how many times they leave a runner on third base to end the inning or runner on second? I mean, there were runners in scoring position all day long, and this team could not get the job done. Just punch a ball. It's all or nothing swings. There's no adjustment with it or anything. It's an analytics-driven team. That's, the bunt surprised me. The bunt was a terrible call. That's a guy who's not been in that situation all year long. He's coming in, making his first start in SEC play, and you pull that one out on it. That's like, to me, in football, the equivalent of you're driving down the field and all of a sudden you try to get cute with a trick play and you just totally derail the momentum. That's what that was the equivalent of. We're trying to catch them sleeping or catch them off guard here. Our brand of ball is our brand of ball. Getting cute like that is not it. That's just senseless in that regard. And, of course, we didn't get out of the inning. We didn't get a run out of that situation. I thought Clark swung a good bat yesterday. He had a double. He had some hard hit balls as well. I thought Newstrom had one hit on the weekend and didn't have the results to show. Man, he battled. He battled in some at bats though, and he about had the catch yesterday on it. I mean, that's the thing with Franklin. He throws the same pitch that almost went out, and then we turn around again on 0-2 and throw the exact same pitch, and this time it goes a little further. And again, if that's the call, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We can't challenge. You can't challenge SEC teams down the middle who have the book on you on 0-2 with fastballs. These teams have the book. These coaching staffs are smart enough that they see trends. We've got to figure something else out with it. And then, what's going to happen this weekend with it? Will they stick with Phillips? Marcus Phillips, the pitcher, is good enough to still help this baseball team. But the stolen base stuff's been an issue all year. 12 against Ole Miss, 10 against Kentucky, 8 yesterday, numerous ones every weekend. Tennessee's gotten away with it for a few years. They're not getting away with it this year. It's said that this staff does not prioritize the run. They don't prioritize defending steals or stealing bases on them. It's coming back to bite them this year. And maybe that's something they take a long, hard look at in the offseason. I don't know that you can just come up and change things right now. But Vanderbilt took advantage of them. And I know Vitello was livid. I know he was livid more because Phillips didn't cover first base on a ball hit to Fisher on Saturday. But, he made the comment about if the guy doesn't fix it, he won't pitch for us. I don't know why we're all of a sudden at this point there. It's been there all year. And I still tell you this right now. The way our fielding's been, our base running blunders, no situational hitting, just a bunt out of nowhere, pulling, we won't let a freshman pitch who's one of our best pitchers on the team. We won't pitch him, but we'll turn it over to this bullpen that hadn't been getting guys out in a while. I got to call it like this. This coaching staff needs to step it up. They need to step it up. That's the bottom line to me. They're better than this. And they're overthinking things, and they're simple. Am I sitting here telling you I could do better? No. So just save me that one if anybody wants to comment on that. What I do here, I call it like I see it. And anybody can sit here and tell me that they've done a great job this year, you need to explain to me how. on that. I think most of who listen to me, I think we're all pretty much on the same page here with it. Nobody wants this staff gone. Nobody dislikes this staff on it, but they've got to be better. They've got to be better. It's just been too much overthinking this year. And, moving forward, Belmont tomorrow night, Arkansas this weekend. If you don't win the Arkansas series, you're going on the road for the regional. That's where I'm at. Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball, said that. That's been my thought. That's what I've been saying for a couple weeks now, that if you lose the last two series, you're going to be a 2 seed, and rightfully so. Now, it could be a good draw. I think you get into the regionals, you're not facing SEC teams. This SEC is loaded. They're loaded. You get into that, I mean, you're not going to go to Clemson or Florida State on it unless they just botch how the seeding. Tennessee will be one of the top 2 seeds if they end up going on the road with it. They'll have a chance to get a favorable draw. I'm not sure where that lies right now. I'll have to look more to rankings, but that could work out for them. But I don't really know what else to say right now. Can this team still make a run? Yes. But, man, they're doing so much wrong that they've got so much to improve, and that's the coaches and that's the players too. It is where we're at. It is what it is at this point. The bottom line is the proof's going to be in the pudding. How do they respond after you just got punked on your home field and Vanderbilt let you know about it on the way off? If you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it. And, again, I have zero problem with Vanderbilt letting them know about it. And the fact Tennessee come out there acting all big and bad, won't we act like that during the game? Why don't we get that edge back about this? Back about us that we used to have. We've not seen that team this year. I want to see how this team responds down the stretch. Does Vanderbilt wake you up, or we just go keep sleeping through it like we did all weekend? But we'll talk more about it. I'll be live tomorrow night. Barring anything unforeseen, the plan is to go live the rest of the year. Now, I do want to look at the times for this weekend, because if it's a Thursday night late one, we'll have to see. So let's see. This weekend we've got Arkansas at 8 on Thursday, 7:30 Friday, 3 p.m. on Saturday. So my plan is to try to go live after all three. That Thursday's going to be rough. That'll be a rough, late one, but we'll see. We may try to get something in on that. So be live tomorrow night. I'll see you then. So this is Frank, House of Orange. Have a great rest of your evening. Go Vols.